The 22nd Annual imagineNATIVE Film and Media Arts Festival welcomes you to the world's largest presentation of Indigenous film and media works.
Niki, congratulations, the 22nd Annual imagineNATIVE Film Festival. And is this your second year as artistic director?
This is actually my third year as artistic director. So we started with me and Naomi Johnson, the executive director, started around the same time. We started with the 20th anniversary and then jumped into two pandemic ones. It's been a whirlwind.
2 pandemic ones. Well, that's the thing. I mean, you've had to organize the festival, which incidentally is the largest Indigenous film content festival in the world. Mm-hmm. So you've had two obstacles. First of all, let's talk about the discoveries on the residential school properties. Did that reshape your programming in any way?
Well, to be honest, right when that actually happened, we received Alanis Abomsawin's new, most recent documentary, Honor to Senator Murray Sinclair. And so the timing was, honestly difficult. But we were able to watch her film and include it in part of the programming. And we just created a program on the Saturday that felt really like caring in the way that it presented those histories. It presented different perspectives from there. It opens with a short animation about a grandmother walking her son to residential school, and it's a beautifully done animation. And then the arc of the program goes into Alanis' new documentary, as I mentioned, and then it goes into sort of these stories of hope and how people are reclaiming their identity. And so there's a lot of, it's an award speech that Senator Murray Sinclair presents when he receives this award. And, he's just a wonderful, articulate speaker and bringing forward histories that I feel like, a lot that were actually new to me also, as well as I think a lot of Canadians will find information in that film that will resonate with them in a really human way, a really empathetic way. And so I'm really excited about that program. But yeah, it did come into the program certainly. And is it usually residential schools has been a topic, a part of a lot of works that we presented in the past.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Your other obstacle presented to you was the second year of a pandemic. You're hybrid again this year. I'm a huge fan of hybrid because it means that people who would normally have to be in Toronto can access your films and your Q&As and your panels. And I think it's a real blessing, but it must have been difficult to set up. Tell me.
Yeah, well, the first year certainly was, we decided early. So I do have to give some props to Naomi Johnson. She decided that, I think at the beginning of the pandemic, just the choice to go online, which made it really easy for our team to think about planning and to really focus as opposed to trying to figure out, if we were able in this scenario, what would we do? And so we were able to focus all of our energy towards an online production and what does that mean? And so then also we had a couple of months, like I think around 4 or 5 months, seeing how other festivals were reacting, understanding what types of platforms there were, and to really kind of do our research. So I think it really helped us in terms of where we were in the season to be able to present a really great festival. And then certainly this year, that we were a bit cautious in terms of the various waves that are happening, but I think we did a really great job at figuring out the hybrid this year. And also, as you mentioned, people who are outside of Toronto are able to watch. I have a little story where my parents actually live on reserve. It's a flying community in northern Manitoba, and they were actually able to see me at my job, and able to watch films, able to participate. And I think that's also was really a wonderful surprise for us that we were actually be able to get into community in a different type of way. And so this year, we partnered with Cineplex for 2 films that will be screening in 4 different cities. That's also another opportunity for us to expand and to make a presence in different spaces we haven't been historically. And during the festival, of course, you still get the vibe of participating. You can see all of the other works, and then also be able to take the time with the works online. We are having them online for about 48 hours. And then, of course, we're doing 2 Tiff Screenings. Our opening night gala with Dennis Goulet is really a new one for us in terms of, we're going to be in TIFF, we're going to be in person presenting everything, but we're actually going to be broadcasting online as well. So folks can join nationally, which will be really fun and I think a different aspect for us. And then we have another screening at TIFF on the Friday of a New Zealand film called Cousins. And then we have a drive-in that we've been doing in the last 2 years as a result of the pandemic. And it's really fun. So we have some surprises with that evening as well. And we'll be presenting Tracy Deer's acclaimed film, award-winning film, Beans.
It's getting a lot of buzz in the States now. It's released there. I'm so happy you're covering these wonderful landmark films. Just out of curiosity, have you thought about continuing the hybrid just for the reason of accessibility?
Definitely. I think it's certainly something that we are very much into, especially that idea of getting into community in a different way. And then also like being able to highlight different cities and have a presence there, because there's a lot of really great artists that come from many different communities nationally. And so that was really great. And then last year we did see a really strong viewership from Mexico, which was amazing. So I think, that was really like a fun surprise. And to see like in terms of international, where are people coming from, who's interested in this type of content. And so this year we also, to build off of that, we have a program, guest curator program, curated by Francisco Tark, who features different filmmakers from South America, and there's a lot from different countries from there. So it's a neutral Spanish and one Portuguese film. So it's a really wonderful program. So just trying to also, be more inclusive of different communities.
So I wonder how many nations or countries are represented this year. I mean, that's a tough question, but.
Well, we do like to look at that. This year, we actually have over 145 works representing 51 different Indigenous nations. And then we usually like to look at the Indigenous languages that are present as well. And we have over 25 different Indigenous languages. And so that's always really great for us to see. We try to track, who's making what where, what productions are coming from different areas. And it's really interesting. You can see like through the lens of the camera, how their indigeneity affects the story. And that's really wonderful. That's my favorite part.
Wow, this is amazing. You've really worked hard. Are you getting enough sleep, taking your vitamins?
I need to take my vitamins, that's for sure. We're all in the festival. We're definitely in it right now. The team is working extremely hard. And so we definitely look forward to the rest afterwards, but we're just amping up to get ready for the festival.
Just sounds so wonderful. I love that you're going to be doing a celebration of the harvest. That's so important. I don't know why the harvest isn't more widely celebrated. It's just key to our existence, So tell me about that program.
Sure. So the harvest comes from, there's a couple of ideas, I suppose, from there. Usually we trail the fall equinox, and lately we've been getting into, structuring our programming to echo or to mirror what is happening within the Indigenous cycle and thinking about land. And so certainly that came forward as a way to organize the festival. Honestly, I've been thinking about it as a curatorial strategy and this idea of fall camp. And so fall camp, my dad told me this story about where we're from, that there's a big rock that people would gather, to exchange the harvest, to celebrate with each other, to network. You socialize, and then you also like trade. And so I thought that was a really great, it kind of resonated with me. And so I thought the festival is quite like that. We have our own Indigenous economies, if you think about it, through our institute and through the industry aspect, where people are exchanging ideas. They're working on their projects, and then these seeds of stories that end up becoming the harvest that we come together to celebrate. And so it felt like really kind of like an Indigenous way of gathering. And so we've amplified that idea through our festival book, which is a new one for us this year. We really took the idea of our catalog, and because no one really, it's not necessarily acting as a wayfinder this year, we took those ideas of fall camp and caring and celebrating with each other and community, and amplified that through the different reflections, different poems, different essays from folks in the community. So that's also on sale on the website. And so that's a really fun project that we were able to do this year. It also was just like, why not add something new?
Congratulations. That is so cool. I know it's hard to answer this kind of a question, and I can't answer it when I get it. But Do you have a baby, a favorite film this year?
Oh, that is very tough. I feel, I guess it's a bit complicated for me. I would say in terms of like a baby would be the festival book, and that everyone came together on the team to produce that, and that, different folks took different sections to connect with community. We have a part that's called Care Constellations, and it's how people engage in care practices, not only with themselves, but also with the land and community. And I thought that was really great how the team just came together for that. And then for myself, I'm really excited for the opening night gala, for not only to celebrate Dennis's film, but also to come together as a community. Our cultural advisor, grandmother Pauline Shirt, is actually in the film as well. So it just feels like a really homegrown film that we'll be able to share with Indigenous audiences. It'll be like its kind of premier Indigenous premiere at Tiff, and we'll be able to be in person with the team and to be able to broadcast that nationally. So I think I'm really looking forward to that aspect, just to kick off the week. And I think our audiences will be really excited about all of the different types of work. There's so many animations too. I just have to say that, like, maybe it's a result of the pandemic. I'm not sure, because animation can be a practice that you have a little bit more in solitaire and work on it in your studio. So we have some beautiful, beautiful animations this year. Zacharias Canucks, The Shaman's Apprentice, which won an award at TIFF, will be screening also on Saturday in a program called Below. And so it's just really incredible how these artists are coming forward. And Terrell Caldler as well has a new animation. And it's just, I'm looking forward to it all. Once I get started on what's my favorite, I can't stop.
Yeah, that's so terrific. Thank you so much. The festival just sounds wonderful. And I got to tell you, your website is amazing.
Oh, so, that's great. I'll let the team know. They worked really hard at that. So it's really wonderful to hear.
Thank you very, very much, Niki.
The 22nd Annual imagineNATIVE Film and Media Arts Festival welcomes you to the world's largest presentation of Indigenous film and media works. Join us October 19th to the 24th, 2021. For more information, visit us at imagineNATIVE.org.